I'm going to start this over. We're not, yep, here we go. If I screw up at the beginning, it's okay to start over. That's the only time though. Hey everybody, welcome on into the Big Access Podcast. Today we are joined by Patrick Kelly with Digital Watchdog, where he's going to be talking to us all about who Digital Watchdog is, what they're all about, how they integrate with PDK, and how you and your customers can benefit from this really simple, straightforward integration that really delivers a lot of power for you as well. So Patrick, thanks a ton for joining us today, buddy.
Hey Brock, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Hey, man, we love, I've loved talking with you every time that we've been able to talk over the years. I really value our relationship and really all your knowledge that you have in your industry as well. So what I want to do is start off today by having you kind of share that knowledge and share everything that you know and tell us a little bit more about who is Digital Watchdog and what are you guys all about?
Yeah, so Digital Watchdog's we're a US-based company here in Southern California is our headquarters. We've also got an office here in Tampa, Florida, where I'm located. We have manufacturing facilities in South Korea and Vietnam where we manufacture our cameras. So all of our cameras are NDAA compliant. And we also have products that we integrate with PDK called DW Spectrum, which is our IP video management software.
Yeah. Well, and really quick, that software, this is one of the very first VMS softwares that I got to actually, go through and actually understood how it worked. I've come from the distribution side before I ever got here on the, the manufacturer side. And so I sold quite a few different softwares and whatnot. And as soon as I came over here to PDK and started learning more about Digital Watchdog and specifically that Spectrum product you're talking about, it got me excited because I was like, oh, I know how to do this. This is cool. This is very intuitive. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, intuitive that's what it. We use the tagline "built for users," and it's really about that intuitiveness of it. And it's just whether it's an end user or a dealer who's setting it up, try to be as intuitive as possible. Like I said, it is a video management software that allows you to connect any camera. I think we're over 900 different manufacturers with close to 16,000 different devices. Being able to record to it. So it's not a proprietary solution. The beauty is it works on, it's a cross-platform open architecture. So it works on Windows, it works on Linux. The client is available also on a Mac platform, which I love. I run it on my Mac Mini. We have all the iOS and Android apps as well. The scalability of the product, so you can run it on a single camera with our CAS lineup all the way through to an enterprise type solution. We have solutions out there with Fortune 500 companies where we have thousands of cameras being recorded on Spectrum. And it really, the cross-platform nature of it, being able to run on pretty much anything out there. We preloaded on our Blackjack, so we've got a full lineup of network video recorders that are powered by DW Spectrum. So we've got something that fits every application from a 2 terabyte to hundreds of terabytes. And then it can all be merged together and brought together so that you can manage your video system, right from your office, no matter where it is, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, I mean that totally fits our model, right? Being able to do anything wherever you're at. And so there's been countless times that we've been out on a sales call or out at a convention where we've been able to pull up our phones and be able to see exactly what's going on with the office, right? I can go in and I can look and say, okay, looks like my employee did not actually show today while I was out of the office. Looks like this person stayed over here, or looks like this user was trying to gain access to the building and their credentials weren't working. It's really cool to be able to do that wherever we're at, from the mobile app, from a laptop, doesn't matter. We're able to take care of that. So I love that, and I love how intuitive it is, which we were talking about earlier. Being able to go and find those specific actions, being able to go back and see when a user entered a door, and so the integration side of it with PDK is really cool, and one thing that I absolutely love. So talk to me a little bit about the integration with PDK and how that works and how that was all built so that it could make that turnkey solution for any of our partners' customers.
Well, the great thing is PDK developed the integration, and it works with a lot of the developing tools that we have built into Spectrum, which is in the rules engine, the ability to be able to bookmark video, so tag video events of as employees are going through doors and their cards are being read. You're able to send that metadata information into DW Spectrum, and we can create a bookmark event and tag it to that video so that you can search for the video later. Things like door being held open or door being propped open, those types of events in PDK can create events inside of DW Spectrum, like popping up video on in a central station, or moving a PTZ to a preset, covering that side door, or even pushing that event to our mobile app with our DW mobile app, populating there so that they can see the video with the access control information all right within that user interface. So PDK did a great job. We haven't, as I said, it is an open architecture, so we have the ability to just take in that data, and then users can assign that data to specific cameras, and then create different rules or actions inside of DW Spectrum. They can even create rules in the rules engine. They can create actions to send information back to PDK. So, for instance, you can create a button or a soft trigger inside of DW Spectrum that when you click that button, it sends a lockdown event to PDK, or it sends a momentary unlock. So if somebody calls and says, "Hey, I'm at the front door," you can view the camera, see where they are, you can verify that it's them, click the soft trigger, and that'll send a command to PDK to do a momentary unlock.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, very cool. And I mean, at the moment, the way PDK accomplished it with just their little listening agent that listens to all the events that's happening within PDK and converts that information over into a generic event to Spectrum. And then inside of Spectrum, you just you take those generic events and you create the actions, whether you're going to bookmark it, whether you're going to move PTZs to presets, whether you're going to send commands back to PDK. All of that can be accomplished right within that rules engine.
That's so cool. And I mean, that sounds pretty robust, but is it difficult to set up this integration?
Easy to set up. I mean, the beauty of DW Spectrum is we handle the video really well. So don't have to worry about moving around high definition video. Inside of the rules engine, it's the same regardless. So it's the same rules that you're using to create all the other events inside of Spectrum, you can use to create PDK events as well. So there's no real difference to it once you're inside of that Spectrum interface.
That's cool. And the way that somebody would go about setting up that integration, they can go out to, they can go right out to our website, go and find our integrations page where we've got a digital Watchdog page. And from there, they can go ahead and download the drivers right there, go ahead and set that up. And then they are able to just link the digital Watchdog Spectrum software to any one of the cloud nodes and be able to pull all that information and be able to create any of those bookmarks, any of those soft triggers like you were mentioning. It's very, very simple and easy to do. Now, there has been some rumors out there that with you guys recently migrating from 4 to 5, that this integration doesn't work on 4. Is that true?
No. So with version 5, we implemented a whole host of cybersecurity improvements, let's say. One of the big things that we did inside of version 5 is the authentication method. And so by default, every system out there is using a bearer token authentication. But the current integration with PDK is based on a digest authentication. But really simple inside of DW Spectrum in the user management section to create a user and create that user account for the PDK system to connect to DW Spectrum using digest authentication. It's just basically a checkbox inside of that user management that says, hey, this is a digest authentication type user. So we've got all of that information in our knowledge base, as well as information about how to set up the PDK integration. So if you're on the DW Spectrum site, you want to check out the DW knowledge base. I'm sure PDK has lots of information, like you said, on the page, on the DW Spectrum page for your integrations as well. and I'm sure we can get that added on there as well. But no, it's a real simple step. Just enable that user as a digest authenticated type user, and continue to have a solid integration.
That's awesome. Rumor squashed. That's really cool. You guys heard it here. PDK and Digital Watchdog even work on 5. So I don't know where that rumor's come from, but there it is. We're good to go there. So thank you so much for clarifying that for us, Patrick. Yeah, like you were saying, this whole integration delivers a very simple and easy user interface that, while it's simple and easy, it's very robust. You're able to do a lot with it. And you can continue doing that today no matter what Spectrum platform you're on there. So really cool. Patrick, we're just about out of time today on today's episode, but how does somebody go about learning more about Digital Watchdog, and how do they reach out to you guys to get all that information?
Sure. As I said, the DW website, digital-watchdog.com. All the sales contacts are up there. Our strategic distributors are up there. Product information, and everything ties to that in terms of the knowledge base. All on our sales contacts, you've got my cell phone number. You've got pretty much everybody in the company's direct contact number. Reach out to us. We're very easy to get a hold of. We're at every trade show we see PDK, and we're always in each other's booths and available. We've got lots of feet on the street between direct regional sales managers, sales engineers, and manufacturers representatives. I've got 60 people out on the street. All of their contact information is on our website, but we've got somebody near you. And if we don't have anybody near you, we're all equipped with Microsoft Teams and every other flavor of web meeting resource to sit and talk and run through the solution, take you through the product, get you trained up on the product, let you understand the product, and answer any questions going forward.
Yeah, and you talked about the manufacturer reps there. We actually share a lot of the same manufacturer reps across the country. So a lot of our reps are going to be able to teach you both that Digital Watchdog and that PDK experience all in one. So very cool there. Patrick, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on this podcast with us today. It means a lot that we were able to do this, and really looking forward to continuing this relationship and this partnership that we've got with you guys. For those of you guys who are listening to the Big Access podcast and have not already done so, make sure you subscribe to it, leave it a 5-star rating, and then also leave any comments on specific information that you are looking to learn in this industry, and we'll be sure to get that added to a future episode. But thank you again for tuning in to this week's episode of the Big Access podcast. We'll talk to you next week.